Welcome back to the Red Alert Q&A. This week we're discussing the light side, the dark side, and my origin story. So, if you want to hear all about that, stay tuned. So let's kick things right off with the first question. This comes from our good pal Sarcastic Tutor from the last episode, and like an idiot, I misinterpreted his question and thought he was talking about that background, not my actual background. So he was kind enough to re-ask the question. Sorry about that, dude, once again, but this is what he meant the last time when I misinterpreted it. So Sarcastic Tutor asks, tell us about your home, parents, origin, school, etc. Well, there's a lot of things, so let's get started. My name is Uwais, if you didn't know that already. About your home, parents, origin, school. Well, I don't know. How do I discuss that though? It's like, in general, school. My school is a very nice place. Answered. Parents. I am lucky enough to have both my parents with me right now, and I love them very much, as I'm sure everyone loves their parents. And yeah, they both work. I am very, very happy to have both of them, and I owe them everything. About my home, well, that basically is my home. My origin story. Well, I remember one day I was on a mountain, and I was told by a man in robe to get a poppy flower. So I picked one off the ground, made a treacherous journey up a mountain full of snow, and it was a tough journey. I struggled on that journey, but when I reached the top, I had to go through millions of assassins, and eventually they called me Batman. Well guys, that's my origin story. Awesome Bryson asks, what audio microphone do you use? I'm using right now, it's right down here if you can't see it. Right there we go. It is the Rode Video Micro. I don't want to reset the sound now. The Rode Video Micro, I think that's what it's called. Yeah, it is called the Video Micro. RRider56107 asked, light side or dark side? You guys really ask the tough questions, you know? Light side or dark side? I don't know. You see, I would say light side because it's the right thing to do. But the dark side's got so much power, and my man Kylo Ren's over there. Dark side. Let's go with dark side. Okay, Mesolam asked, it's pronounced Mesolam. Yeah, it's a name generator, don't ask. I would say I've been there, but haven't. I have quite a ghetto setup. Mac, don't roast me for having one. Why would I roast you for having a Mac? I don't have a problem with Macs. I wouldn't preferably get one for myself. I don't prefer them, but Macs are good. Logitech C525. Logitech. Oh, it's a webcam. It's a webcam. That's a standard HD webcam, so that's pretty good. And a Samsung Meteor. I do know what that is. That's also a pretty good microphone. I also, at one stage, used a Samsung microphone. How would you suggest I expand? Well, you've got a pretty solid setup right now, and most people don't even have something that's as solid as that, because you've got a good camera. Sure, it's a webcam. Webcams aren't exactly ideal. Depends what you're doing. If you're doing gaming videos, then I guess webcams are pretty good. But it is standard HD, so that's good. And you have a Samsung Meteor, which is a solid microphone. And you have a Mac. And Macs are generally liable, from what I hear from Mac owners, because I haven't owned a Mac. So what I would suggest for expanding is, I would say the main thing you need is, depends how good your Mac is. You haven't listed how good your Mac is. But I'm not a tech guru. I don't know everything about tech. I'm not a genius when it comes to this stuff. I just know what I've learned. And I would say that the first thing you need to do is don't worry about your microphone is pretty good. Don't worry about your camera. I would say slowly start upgrading your PC. Eventually maybe get a like what I'm recording on now, which is a camcorder or a DSLR if you can save up. Don't rush into anything because you don't need it really. You've got a pretty good setup right now. And the audio seems to be good. Just, I think, slowly start expanding on your PC if you want to expand. Okay guys, next question comes from Abhishek Gupta, who asked, how to make best logo for my YouTube channel? That's a good question because logos are really important. And if you have a good logo, you can like literally build an empire, not empire, that's not the right word. You can build a whole line of different types of brands and stuff for yourself that all shape from one good logo. So how to make it, the logistics of it all, I would recommend GIMP. It's a free photo editor, and I would recommend just looking around and just experimenting with it. I wouldn't suggest going to logo generators or things that just make a logo for you, where you pick the elements, because a lot of people do that and it doesn't give something that's signature. No matter what it is, even if it comes to stuff like downloading lower third templates or stuff like that, I would suggest 100% every single time create your own one. It may not be as good as the logo generators or whatever you're trying to create, but it's signature and only you made that. So I would suggest GIMP because it's a free photo editing program. I use it to edit all my thumbnails on. It does everything that Photoshop does. I assume everything I needed to do. It's pretty good. And when it comes to like the creative side, it's all up to you. Like whatever your channel's about, you have to implement that into your logo, but also don't make it too specific. Like if your channel's about gaming, don't make your logo specifically about gaming. Have it hint at gaming, because if you decide one day to move away from that, you don't want to be stuck with the same logo that everybody knows you by. Everyone knows you by a certain look and a certain logo, and now suddenly you're not doing gaming videos and your logo is about gaming and people only know you by that, and you can't afford to start up again from start. You get what I'm saying? Because it's going to be a bit weird. So I would suggest like Red Alert is a very neutral thing. It can be about anything really. I don't even know what it's about now. So that's my advice. Make a cool logo, make it yourself. Don't use any copyright images, because if you do hit it big, and trust me, everyone hits it big if they work hard, you're gonna have a lot of problems with copyright logos and stuff like that. So make sure everything is royalty free and put your mind to it. Don't copy anyone, and I'm sure you will get something good. When you do, shoot me email or a tweet. I'd love to see what you come up with. But that's it for this episode. I know I haven't covered every single question, but I will get to it in the next one. It's running a bit long. I don't want it to be as long as last week's one. If you want to have a question that's featured and answered, leave one in the comments of this video with the hashtag RAQ&A, and I'll be sure to get to it in the next one. But until then, hope you guys have a good day, and I will see you in the next video.